Most people believe limits are fixed. They think their abilities, strength, and mental capacity are decided by talent, luck, or circumstances. When things get difficult, they slow down or stop, assuming they have reached their maximum. The book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins challenges this belief and shows that most limits exist only in the mind. David Goggins grew up in an environment filled with abuse, poverty, and fear. He was overweight, struggled academically, and lacked confidence. By traditional standards, his future looked limited, but instead of accepting this story, Goggins decided to rewrite it through extreme discipline, mental toughness, and accountability. One of the core ideas in the book is that suffering is not something to avoid, it is something to use. Goggins explains that discomfort is the path to growth. When people avoid pain, they remain weak. When they face it directly, they build strength. Mental toughness is developed through repeated exposure to difficulty. The book introduces the idea of the calloused mind. Just as hands become tougher through physical labor, the mind becomes stronger through hardship. Each time you push through discomfort, your tolerance increases. What once felt impossible slowly becomes manageable. Another important concept is accountability. Goggins emphasizes taking full responsibility for your life. This means no excuses, no blaming circumstances, and no waiting for motivation. Brutal honesty is required. Progress begins when you confront your weaknesses instead of hiding from them. The book also talks about the danger of comfort. Comfort creates stagnation. When life becomes too easy, growth stops. Goggins believes that deliberately choosing hard tasks builds resilience. Discipline is not about punishment, it is about preparation for adversity. One powerful lesson in the book is the cookie jar concept. This means mentally storing past victories and moments of resilience. When things get tough, you remind yourself of challenges you have already overcome. This builds confidence during difficult moments. Goggins also discusses the importance of consistent effort. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is reliable. Waiting to feel motivated leads to inaction. Acting despite discomfort builds momentum. Small, disciplined actions repeated daily create transformation. The book highlights the role of self-talk. Many people speak negatively to themselves without realizing it. Goggins argues that controlling inner dialogue is essential. When the mind says stop, it is often lying. Learning to push beyond this voice unlocks hidden potential. Another theme is the idea of the 40% rule. Goggins suggests that when people feel exhausted, they have usually only used a fraction of their true capacity. The mind gives up long before the body does. Training the mind allows access to this reserve. Can't Hurt Me also challenges the desire for validation. Seeking approval weakens independence. Goggins believes growth happens when you stop caring about comfort and opinions. Self-respect grows from effort, not praise. The book does not promise happiness or balance. It focuses on strength, resilience, and self-mastery. It teaches that life will be difficult regardless. The choice is whether difficulty makes you weaker or stronger. Can't Hurt Me ultimately teaches that the mind is the most powerful weapon or the biggest obstacle. When disciplined thinking replaces excuses, people unlock capabilities they never believed they had. Growth begins at the edge of comfort. In the end, the book reminds us that transformation is not glamorous. It is built through quiet suffering, repeated effort, and relentless honesty. When you stop negotiating with weakness and start acting with discipline, limits disappear, strength becomes a habit, and once the mind is trained, very little can stop you. Subscribe for more life, money, and mindset lessons explained through books.